Welcome to Fairy Garden Thursday. This is hosted and created by Grandma Sandy, and our co-hosts are Sharon Shornagel, Barbie Daily Rural Life in the Valley, and myself. Okay, I'm going to take you to several different areas in my garden and show you how they've progressed. Now, this is my most recent fairy garden. And all my petunias had died, so I had to dig them up. But these here are still growing. The boxwood is still growing. And I think a bunny rabbit or something is eating my hostas, but I think it will come back. I'm going to put a cage over it or do what I can to save it. And here is a few of my fairy and gnome accessories. And here's my snowball bush. I thought it might bloom this year, but I don't think so. I think it might be next year before it blooms. Another hosta, some impatiens. Now the impatiens, I planted it to replace the petunias. And here is my solar quail, which looks really pretty at night. And another area where I have Mrs. Gnome, a little house, and some more gnomes. And I've decided to put some petunias here in front of this pot with a flower in it, with a sun catcher that has a little fairy, or maybe she's a witch. And I just put a small trellis inside the flower pot and another boxwood. Now what is blooming beautifully is these daisies. Aren't they gorgeous? There's two of these, but this is the only one that's blooming right now. And this is a marigold, another hosta. So this is a rather small fairy garden and a solar light. So this is what this side of my fairy garden looks like. It's not very lush right now, but give it a year or two and it'll be beautiful. And one more little thing I have is this fairy disc that is peeping through a little door there. My husband had purchased that from Temu. Okay, now I'm taking you over to my other fairy garden that's been in the ground for a few years now. And I do have some pink petunias here and a clematis. It doesn't have too many blooms on it right now, but I have it climbing this trellis here. And then I have a couple of fairies and a juniper that's growing. I love it. It's a low ground juniper. It did start as a very tiny bonsai tree in my clay pot that I have broken up and used it as a fairy garden. And I have some very large hostas here that are doing really well. And here is some rosemary in a pot and another clematis that's still blooming a little bit. It has been very hot here. We've got temperatures in the 90s with a heat index nearly 100. So I come out here either early in the morning to tend to my plants or in the evening. And I will have a candlelight view at the end of the video, so keep watching. Okay, here is my nighttime candle night view. And this is the fairy house castle that me and my daughter made a few months ago. Isn't it pretty all lit up? And the roof is just little pieces of pine cone all glued together in a cone shape. And the castle itself was made with bottles. I believe 3 or 4 different bottles. And there's my flute playing fairy. A little mushroom house back there. Another little fairy. And here is a kitty cat with her little baby holding an umbrella that looks like a butterfly. Isn't that cute? Dollar General. And here's a potted plant with pretty red flowers. Not sure of the variety. Little bird in my potted elephant ear plant. And you can see how big the leaf is there compared to my hand. I want to thank you all for watching. Now, if you would, go and check out the playlist and leave a comment and a like. Have a very nice day, everyone, and we'll see you next week.